Hey guys, welcome back. I'm back here today with the Honda generator GE3000, and today I'm going to show you how to repair a common fuel leak issue with these generators. Now the common problem I'm going to show you today is the little glass bowl or plastic sediment bowl underneath the fuel valve here. And what often happens is over time the plastic warps or shrinks, and then you have fuel leaking out of here. You'll notice it's going to be wet all around here when the fuel valve is on. Make sure though that the fuel is not coming from the carburetor first. You want to isolate where the problem is. But today I'm specifically talking about this issue right here. At this point, let's start by removing the sediment bowl. Usually you'll be able to unscrew this by hand. If you can't, you can use a pair of pliers. There might be a bit of fuel leak over here, but always make sure that the valve is in the off position before you do this. Even if the valve is in the off position, there will still be a bit of fuel leak when you take it off. Now if you reach in under here, there should be a rubber gasket, and there it is. So here are all the parts. Actually, this one here is a bit stuck in there. It's not supposed to be like this. Okay, so the first main thing you want to make sure if there's fuel leaking is that this little rubber gasket here is good. Now what I'm going to show you today is how to repair the fuel leak even if this is still good like this. It all comes down to the plastic sediment bowl over here. Technically, this is supposed to sit in here, and then it gets screwed onto the fuel valve. The way this is supposed to actually sit is right above the threads. But what's happening here is it's going inside, so when you go to tighten it up, it's actually not even getting tightened up. There's no pressure between this and the rubber gasket on the fuel valve. So it's supposed to sit like this and put the pressure on that rubber gasket. So I can't find one of these on eBay or on the internet anywhere or at the Honda dealer. So what I'm going to do today is show you a quick fix for this. This is what you need to do. It's kind of a redneck repair, but it sure will fix your gas leak. You need to make one of these out of some wire, stick it over here on the plastic sediment bowl, and now when you insert it in here, it's actually not going through the nut here. So when you tighten it up, it's going to put the pressure against the rubber gasket. So to make this, just grab a piece of wire. I'd say this one is about 18 gauge or a bit smaller maybe. Just roll it around the plastic sediment bowl. Don't put too much pressure on the bowl because you can break it. When it's old like that, it gets brittle. So you just basically want to line up the two ends. Now I'm going to cut it. Now since I don't want to put too much pressure on the sediment bowl, I'm just going to round the ends with my needle nose pliers. And then you want to put it around the bowl. Make sure that when you squeeze it, it's pretty close together. Just like this. Now insert it into this part like this. And it's staying up. Now before I put this back together, I'm just going to clean this with a bit of carb cleaner and wipe it. And there, she's nice and clean, ready to go back in. So now grab your sediment bowl, grab the ring you made, grab this part, stick it in like this, and don't forget the rubber gasket. Now you want to stick the rubber gasket back in the fuel valve, make sure it doesn't fall. And now with your parts in like this, just go and screw them underneath the fuel valve. And you just want to hand tighten this up. If you over tighten it with pliers, you could break the sediment bowl. And that's good. Make sure that the bowl here is nice and tight and in straight. If it's in on an angle, you could get a fuel leak. Now make sure you've got fuel in the gas tank, and now you can turn the fuel valve on and you can leave it here for a while. If it leaks, then there's still a problem, but more than likely it's not going to leak at this point. And it's holding the fuel nice and tight. There's no leaks anywhere.